Hello, everyone. It's Todd Screama, CEO of Summit Funding. I want to dispel a bunch of myths and craziness that is involved in taking a lead and taking the loan application. So let me say this as simply as I can. I was in a branch a week ago, and man, their process to intake a lead and take a loan app, it was so screwed up. I call it a spaghetti bowl. It was so screwed up, they had 15 different processes on things that really are just a few simple steps. So let me start by doing, the best way I can describe this is a role play, and then I'll describe those steps. So all leads, every single lead forever goes to one person, that's a loan partner one. They're solely responsible for updating the lead tracker and setting all appointments. In order for this to work, the loan officer has to have set appointment times. Like I used to tell my assistant, I take a loan app every day at 3 o'clock no matter what. And that's just how I did it, and I did that for a long time. And then when I got really busy, I added 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock was my loan app time. So they got to have those slots so they can fill them up, okay, and not interrupt you. So client calls in, I say, oh my God, Mark, it's great you're calling in. Todd's in an application right now. How can I help you? Well, I was referred to you to get a loan. Oh, great. By who? Cindy at Caldwell Banker. Oh my God, what did Cindy say about us? She said you guys were great. She said you're the best in town, I got to come see you. Well, great. We've been working with Cindy for about 8 years. She's one of our top clients, and we will take great care of you. So I just got to ask you 3 questions, and then we'll take it from there. I need to have a Social Security number so that I can run a credit report and have it ready for when you come in. What's your social? Here's my social. Okay, great. How do you think your credit is? I just bought a car 2 months ago. It's 700 something. Okay, great. About how much money do you make a month? My wife and I make about $6,000 a month. Okay, great. And about how much money are you putting down? Well, we don't have any money, but Grandpa just died and left us $15,000. Okay, great, $15,000. Great. I'm looking at Todd's calendar. It looks like he can see you at 3 o'clock next Tuesday. Does that work for you? Yeah, it works for me. Great. I want you to grab a pen and paper. I'm going to tell you what to bring. I want you to bring A, B, C, blah, 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 divorce decree, bankruptcy paper, everything. Okay, got it. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Yes. Now listen, we cannot meet with you unless you bring in 100% of those items. Is that crystal clear? Yes. If you show up without that information, we cannot meet with you. Okay, I understand. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Now let me give you directions. Write this down. Okay, got it. Okay, now what's your email? Great, Mark, I'm going to email you a confirmation. It's going to have directions and what to bring as well. I had you write it down so you could make sure that we bring everything, because if you don't bring everything, we can't meet with you. Now, have you ever met with Todd, or do you know him? Never met with him, don't know him from Adam. Oh my God, you're going to love this man. He is so good at this business, it's ridiculous, and one of the nicest men on the planet. We're looking forward to seeing you Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Thank you very much. I update Cindy and all that, and I start a file in Encompass. The mistake that you guys are making is you don't have set appointment times. You're trying to take loan apps over the phone. Stop doing that, okay? It's not necessary, okay? You're making the client do double work. And if the client does all this stuff and then you can issue pre-qual letters, then they'll have to come see you, okay? So you got that. That's like step 1, okay? It's pretty simple. Literally, it's 3 questions. Set an appointment. Get them in here, okay? It's called the assumed close. If I'm bleeding from the doctor, I know I got to go see the doctor. Now, step 2 is this. I'm the loan officer. I meet the client in the lobby. I sit down with Mark, and I take his loan application, okay? I do 2 things, rapport building, and I structure the deal. So you don't necessarily have to take the loan application, but you have to look at the pay stubs. You got to look at the tax returns for unreimbursed expenses. You got to do all those loan officer things because it's your job. Okay, then you structure the deal, say, okay, Mark, we're going to do this FHA loan, blah, blah, blah. Now, in a minute, Mark, I'm going to have Stacy come in. She's my loan partner too. She's going to be with you the entire way. She's going to help finish your application. She's going to do your disclosures, and she's going to finish the total application. She's going to be contacting you most through this transaction. Any questions? No. Cindy, come on in here. And I introduce them to Cindy so that Cindy can do the disclosures, finish the application, and turn it into processing right after they leave, okay? That's the process. That process is how I've helped hundreds, if not thousands of loan officers do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 loans a month, okay? It's the same process everyone follows. What happens when I visit people is they do it wrong. They try and they're adding steps, okay? Like a lot of people have people fax in a bunch of stuff. Dude, look at a tax return. You can tell what their income is. You've been doing this a long time. You're not newbie loan officers. So just get the information, look at the pay stubs, figure the income, structure the deal right there. It literally takes 10 or 15 minutes. It does not take a bunch of extra time. So when you have too many steps in your process, guys, what you're doing is you're not keeping it simple for the borrower, and you're screwing up your people. I have a lot of LPs, they're like, I don't know what to do and when to do it. So this simple process that I just followed, it is very simple. It is not more complicated than that, okay? And there's a lot of other benefits that goes along with this process. And it's not just the assume close, but if people take time off work, of course they're going to use you. You're able to develop rapport better in person than over the phone. I mean, I could go on and on. Some of it's just trusting the process. The biggest mistakes that I see people make is the loan officer doesn't know the structure, and so they don't tell people what the structure is, and therefore the LPs feel lost. People need structure. So the structure that I just gave you is how it's done. If you want to do tons of loans, tons and tons and tons of loans, that's exactly how you do it. Thanks for listening, guys.